I recovered from bulimia pretty fast, pretty painless, and to be honest, I actually enjoyed the whole recovery process. And I'd like to share those 3 tips with anybody who wants to know. So the first one is to educate yourself. I spent weeks and weeks and weeks, and I still educate myself on the best food that I could possibly eat. So I used to listen to podcasts I'd listen to like legitimate doctors. So I think the best doctors to listen to is Colin T. Campbell, Dr. John McDougall, Neil Bernard. You'll find loads of podcasts and YouTube videos. There's loads more. Plant-based doctors, I think they're the best to go to. They just really, it was just so nice to listen to people talk about food in a positive way. And in a way that I knew I would never have to worry about calorie restriction ever again. And then 2 was eat. My number 2 tip is you're going to have to eat. I used to load up my podcast and then I'd go sit somewhere outside. Usually it was on a beach, but that's because I live in Portugal. So somewhere outside, if you can find somewhere nice to sit outside. And I would just binge out on fruit. I would just bring so much bananas, melon, strawberries, mangoes, whatever it is I had, whatever was good at the time. And I would just sit down and listen to these podcasts, to doctors talking about nutrition and what foods are best to promote healing and health, because that's what you need to do. You need to heal your body. Naturally, your body wants to be healthy. It wants to be fit. It wants to be lean. It wants to be happy. But we do put up roadblocks in our life to prevent our body from doing that. And in the first couple of months and for the rest of your life, in your recovery for bulimia, you need to heal your body. You've done it a lot of damage, and it's time to apologize and do some healing. And you're only going to do that through eating the right kinds of food. And then the third thing that I did was I slept. I fucking slept and slept and slept. I slept down that beach. I slept outside in the garden. I used to be falling asleep everywhere. And let yourself do that. That's all part of the healing. Your body is so exhausted from being bulimic. You're absolutely shattered. And I think that's something that is often overlooked with other bulimia recovery guidelines. They don't mention sleep. They don't mention eating all the food you want to eat. It almost seems counterproductive. But at the moment, the only thing you need to focus on is not getting sick. And getting sick and binging, they're symptoms. They're symptoms of a very simple problem, that you're hungry. You're so hungry that you binge, and then you binge on rubbish, and then you want to throw it up. It kind of makes logical sense. So the only thing I can advise you to do is don't let yourself get hungry. Wake up in the morning, have a big ass banana smoothie or a big watermelon, or, a couple of 100 grams of grapes, or whatever fruit you want to eat a lot of it. With eating, I would say get 2,500 calories at least in a day. When you're trying to recover from bulimia, that is the best way to do it. You will enjoy doing it. You need to let your body heal. And then when it heals, it's going to get to its ideal body weight, and you don't need to worry anymore, because food is not something that you need to conquer. You do not have an addiction to food. It's natural to get hungry. It's natural to want to eat. My dog's having a scratch. This is Leonie. Leonie likes food, and she doesn't think about calories. She just eats. She eats and eats and eats and eats until her belly is so full that she can't eat anymore. And that's a normal way to eat. You need to be eating the right food. There's foods you can't do that with. You cannot do that with animal products. You can do that with potatoes. You can do that with rice. So carb the fuck up. Okay?